Hello everyone, I'm Gaurvi Soni. I'm from Jaipur, Rajasthan. In NDA-153 women course, I secured 96 rank. So today I'll be talking about my journey, how it started, from why I want to go into the army, and now when I'll be joining NDA in a week. So I come from a complete civilian background, no connections anywhere, some family friends maybe, and that is where the fire actually ignited. The first time I saw one of our very close family friends, he's Colonel Sharma. He was the first person that I saw in uniform ever, and I was stunned. That was the day that I could actually feel the charm that he carried with himself and the kind of respect that automatically came out of all of us for him. So that really fascinated me towards it, and then I obviously wanted to know more about it, and that's how I interacted more about it, researched more about it, and in no time I decided that this is actually what I want in life as well. I want to be like that. So that was the first day job it actually started that I have to do this. Now then actually the journey actually started after that, and I was in 11th standard when it was women were allowed to join NDA. So then I decided that I have to do it as well, and I started preparing for it. Initially in 11th standard I had biology. Now NDA required maths. So I switched. In 11th standard I had bio, but in 12th standard I switched to maths. So it was kinda difficult, obviously, because study 2 साल की पढ़ाई 1 साल में. But obviously you gotta do it, so you gotta do it. Then I prepared for my written examination, and then after clearing the first written examination, then came SSB, and I was completely clueless about it. Coming from a civilian family, typically a business background family, I did not really have any clue about it. So our family friend only first, I consulted him about it कि now I have SSB and all of that, but I still where to go for coaching, whether to go for coaching or not, कुछ करना है नहीं करना, खुद से करना है कैसे करना है, I was clueless about it. So I had a friend who actually first told me about Ankitpal sir, which is where I started my SSB journey from, and I started it from scratch. So I trusted it and I came here, and that was the time when I started preparing for SSB completely from scratch, no knowledge about it, everything new, the procedure, the knowledge required for it, how I'm going to do it, everything completely new to me. So I came here, I came to Indore, and I attended the workshop for the first time, and again it was very new when I saw all of it. But this place was different from other places because obviously I had researched, but what was the most unique thing about it was that I was getting personal attention, one-on-one feedback, how I had evolved myself. Here nothing is coached, you are not changed, you are still the same kind of person that you come here you were, you do the same things, but you actually start doing the things the right way. That is what is taught here, and that is what I learned over here. The techniques were different, how to approach any problem and how to react about it, how to practice, the step-by-step guidance of it, I got it from here. And the personal savior that was extremely helpful in my SSB was the masterpieces technique, which you'll get to know more about in this workshop. It was extremely helpful because it gives you instant ideas, and that is what is required in SSB actually, that how you react about a situation in a fraction of a second. Your first reaction is actually what decides everything over there. So that is how I prepared for my SSB, and initially I was nervous, obviously everything new. मेरे लिए तो मेरा पहला एसएसबी में when I went to Allahabad was my first SSB in January, and entering into a military establishment was the first time I entered into the selection center. I saw that things like this exist, and everything was very new to me again over there also. But unfortunately I got conferenced out in my first attempt, which I evaluated for a really long time what went wrong, and I again came over here, again worked on my mistakes, that what went wrong in my SSB, why couldn't I do it, and then again there were mistakes, and there were a lot of small mistakes which created a big difference, which led to me getting conferenced out. I prepared again for my second SSB from the same place, did the same things, but again in a more right way maybe, which were better for me and which, aligned with the kind of person I am. And just evolving and polishing myself more and more about the selection procedure and all the tests that were going to take place there. Then I prepared for my second SSB in this way, and then I went for my second SSB, which was in Bangalore. And there I went with the attitude that I have nothing to lose now. It is my last attempt. I have nothing to lose. If I get screened out, conference out, whatever, it is what it is. I have to accept my fate and get on with it. But I also went there with the thought that if I do it here, it will make a huge difference in my life. It will completely change my life upside down. And my second SSB was actually very, very interesting, because right from the day the psychology test started, the first day, the stories that came up were, they were really basic, and I was not getting the kind of ideas that I had practiced, thinking so much, but they were very basic. So again there also I went with my first thought कि चलो basic है तो basic ही लिखेंगे, let's not get it deep into it, just do whatever I'm doing, I'll do it in a good way, no matter how basic it is. Went on with the psychology test. After the psychology test I felt that I have not done really well in psychology. Then came GTO. GDO was the part where I actually started getting thoda confidence because their GD and GP started, and GD was the portion where masterpieces technique was life savior. I used that technique and I could, I could put forward at least 5 to 6 points, which created a huge difference. The entire GD was revolving around my points. So it really helped me. I felt that I had a good contribution in that group discussion, and it was because my ideas were really vast and it were really diverse, and that is also because of that masterpieces technique. That technique, I'll keep it with myself. It is very good. Even when I'm speaking something and talking to anybody also, that really gives a lot of points for you to speak. Then came the GPE portion, which was also practiced, and it was very well practiced that I could analyze and then evaluate it properly and then henceforward perform about it. Then came the interview part, where I actually felt that I had done nothing. The interview revolved around the portion that I come from a business family. Why do I want to join the forces? And then whatever reasons I was giving to my interviewing officer, he did not find it valid enough. Because obviously you have a well-established business. Why do you want to get into it? And what makes you think that you'll be able to do it? Because you're not from that background and you don't, you don't have all those USPs that you can get through this. But again, I was very honest with that interview, because this time I had thought that I don't have to overdo anything or overthink about anything. It is what it is. I'll present myself the way I am, just in a good manner. But whatever I am, I did not lie about anything. And I think that was the best part of the SSB, that I did not lie about anything. And that was the reason I got recommended. Once I got recommended, I was shocked for some time. I couldn't believe that I've gotten recommended. I made calls, told people, everyone was happy. I was still processing. I was still in the process that actually where it had started. It had just started from seeing a family friend, and now from earning that, coming from there to earning the plus chess number. It was a long journey, and when I think about it, there have been, a lot of incidents that came in between, a lot of people who questioned it, and not just because the kind of background I come from, why do I want to do it, still I want to do it, but also for the fact that I'm really short. I'm just 152 centimeters, the bare minimum that's required. I was highly questioned on that, because often personality is equated with the kind of way you look and not what you actually are. It is generally equated like that. So overcoming all of that, coming from there, seeing everything that I had seen in this whole journey, about 1.5 years, preparing for written again, preparing for SSB again, going to the same place again, but again now differentiating that what I did last time, it's the same things that I'm doing this time, but what is the difference, evaluating it by myself. So it was really a long journey, a lot of thoughts, a lot of people helped in between, and it wouldn't have been possible without those people as well, especially the parents and the coach that I had who mentored me about the SSB. And that is very important. More than आप कितना पढ़ रहे हो, कहाँ से कर रहे हो, कितना coachings में जा रहे हो, all of that will not matter. At the end of the day, what matters is आप क्या हो, and that won't change. So that is the reason I found this place better, because it did not try to change me as a person, did not want to present me in a way that I'm not, but they actually polished me in a way that I can be, tailor-made for that. So that was about it, the journey. And now when I finally got the merit list and everybody was really happy about it, I couldn't still believe it. I was still processing about it. But yes, it was a really long journey. But anything, I would just be like, I was honest. Throughout, I was honest. And the only thing that helped was being honest and being raw. Thank you.